Next up on WTV, a look at Red Rhythm's preparations to host a dance competition, insight on students missing school for school-related activities, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Friday, February 22nd, and I'm Ben Anderson with another daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Red Rhythm had their last contest last weekend and got second place, but that doesn't mean the contest season is over, as it's their turn to host the yearly marching auxiliaries. WTV's Kate Graham has the story.
The drill team had a successful time at their two contests by winning grand champions in their division for Danceline USA and second place overall. This week they have started prepping the school for the Marching Auxiliary Contest, where high schools and dance studios from around the area come to compete their dances.
For MA, what we do is we prepare the classrooms, we cover the teachers' desks up and just make sure it's all clean and ready for the dancers to be in there, and then we also hang signs to explain where the school goes, and we're also doing a selfie booth this year, so that's really fun to do, and then we just do different things to make sure the school's ready.
MA Liberty is the biggest fundraiser that Red Rhythm puts on, and it helps them provide money for their upcoming spring show on April 26th and 27th.
The money that we raise goes to different costumes that we have or our scholarships that we get from FEF, different things like that.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kate Graham.
AP Drawing isn't just about drawing. Students are working on oil paintings with multiple layers to show value and depth. WTV's Michael Layton has the story.
AP Drawing students are learning how to stamp with acrylic paint and will then paint thin layers of colored glaze over their stamps. When the students finish with stamping and glazing, they will use oil paint for the final detailed painting on the top layer.
Well, I'm excited about the project because I give everybody the same assignment, but they take that little seed and they run with it, and they have so many creative ideas. I just always can't wait for them to get finished because they go beyond what I ever expected them to do.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Michael Layton.
One student will be heading to LA for an NPR recording. WTV's Jennifer Hernandez has the story.
Senior Eddie Chen has been given the opportunity to travel to LA in an all-expenses-paid trip in order to record for National Public Radio's segment From the Top. From the Top is a non-profit organization dedicated to celebrating the stories, talents, and characters of young classically trained musicians. After submitting an application along with a self-recording of one or two pieces, NPR chooses musicians to record for over 3 million listeners. Chen believes that an opportunity like this happens once in a lifetime.
Yeah, so this opportunity is actually something that I heard about maybe even 1 or 2 years ago. I'd known people that had gone there, and I definitely looked up to them. So it's something that I'd always planned on applying to, but I came with no expectations. I just recorded some of my pieces and I sent them to From the Top. And when I heard back in December, I was very surprised, and I was really excited because this is definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to go to Los Angeles and to be able to be heard by a national audience. So I'm really happy that my hard work paid off, and I'm excited to perform on the show.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Jennifer Hernandez.
Many athletes have to skip days of school to go to tournaments, but for tennis players, it happens a bit more frequently. WTV's Vihan Gupta has the details.
The spring tennis season features 7 tournaments in total, all on school days, which means the team members often have a lot of schoolwork to make up.
What's great is that our kids are really good about getting their work ahead of time and getting it completed, so that way they're not behind on their studies. Also, at the tournaments, they have a little downtime where they can always work on a little bit of the work if they're in between matches. So they balance it pretty well.
However, missing out from school could add stress to students' lives.
I mean, I guess they do somewhat when you come back, but not really, because our playing tennis is a stress reliever for me, so it's a break from school.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Vihan Gupta.
On this week's edition of Real Talk, WTV's Jennifer Hernandez hits the halls to ask staff and students about what they think the policy should be for students who miss school for school-related events.
This is WTV's Jennifer Hernandez with this week's edition of Real Talk. Today we're going to hit the halls and ask students their opinion on the policy of school-related absences. What are your thoughts on the policy for school-related absences?
I think it's okay because you're still doing school stuff, just not at school.
What are your thoughts on the policy for school-related absences?
For school-related absences, I feel like seniors should have more days because senioritis is a real thing, and I just feel like not doing any work. So
What are your thoughts on the policy for school-related absences?
Well, I think honestly it's a good thing because if you're missing school for like something that's for school and it's an academic use, then there's a purpose for you to be like excused from that. But if it's not like a school thing, then I think the rules now, that's fine. If we've been living for these for a while and it's been working well, so I think it's good.
So what are your thoughts on the policy for school-related absences?
I think the policy is pretty good right now because it lets us skip school and for school-related events such as DECA. But I think we should have more events and more days to skip because we all have senioritis right now, and I just really want to skip more days of school.
What are your thoughts on the policy about school-related absences?
I think if they're going to do our attendance by minutes, then one class period missed shouldn't count as a whole unexcused absence.
This has been WTV's Jennifer Hernandez with this week's edition of Real Talk.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV takes a look at the life of soccer player Avery Jennings.
We usually have practice on an early morning we have it around 7:45, and then on a later morning we have it on like 8:45. And we'll basically go through warm-ups and do some stretches, and then we'll probably do some like passing lanes or just like, working on like our touches or something like that. And then we'll go into more tactical stuff like maybe like possession or shooting or stuff like that. And then we'll usually end up with like a scrimmage or like some type of form of scrimmage. Our practices are usually like an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes long depending on the time. I'm a defender. I'm either a center back or a right back. Well, this is my second year on the varsity squad, and it's honestly like the closest team I've ever been on. We're really like family, and it's a lot of fun. Like we have a lot of memories that we go through, and like all of game days are really fun, then practices are really fun, and we have like stuff that we do outside of school. So it's all been a really great experience. So we have games currently when we're in season. We have games on Tuesdays and Fridays. I started playing soccer when I was 4, and then I started playing club soccer when I was around maybe in like 2nd or 3rd grade. Honestly, I like when we like string like 8 or 9 or 10 like passes together, and then we score off of that, or we have some kind of like breakaway in possession, or just something positive like that.
WTV Sports brings you a look at what's happening in campus athletics. Liberty sports are action-packed with both district and playoff games tonight. Both soccer teams are in action. The boys look for their 3rd district win tonight. The team sits in the 8th spot for District 9-5A, trying to mix up the playoff race. The team plays Frisco Reedy at Toyota at 7:30. The girls also play the Lions in a District 9-5A matchup. The Lady Redhawks sit in 4th place right now, half a game ahead of Memorial. The Redhawks did lose to Reedy in their last matchup, but the Lions have been on a downfall since then as they hold a district record of 4-7. The game is at Reedy at 7. The boys basketball team is competing in the 2nd round of playoffs, coming off a 17-point win against Princeton. The team faces off against 16th ranked Kimball, who is 1st place in District 12-5A.
It's really important that we lock down defensively and know our sets, run through our sets right. Kimball is a team that is very physical, so we have to make sure that we know what we're doing, know we're strong with the ball. I know last game versus Princeton, we had some unforced turnovers that was really crucial to the game, but coming into the night, we really need to focus, lock up on defense, talk, communicate, and really just be us, and we'll be fine.
The Redhawks are looking to avoid getting knocked out in the 2nd round for the 3rd straight year.
The mentality is really kill, and from the beginning from the tip to the end, to the buzzer sounds, and if we do that, we're going to be really successful, not only tomorrow, or not only tonight, but also in the regional tournament coming up when we make it there. But our mentality needs to stay the same. It's just kill their will early and just pound them inside, outside, and kill the will early.
The game is at Richardson Berkner High School at 7. The Lady Redhawks basketball team begin play in the regional tournament. This is their 2nd straight year to reach the tournament. The team will need seniors Randy Thompson and Kelsey Kurak, who both average over 10 points, to continue scoring against the North Forney team that has won 6 straight games. The game is at the Curtis Colwell Center at 6. For WTV Sports, I'm Davis O'Brien. If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. WTV's Wade Glover brings you today's announcements.
The Computer Science Club is hosting a competition on March 2nd. Come to a club meeting in Mr. Bunn's room during advisory on Thursdays to get more information. NHS applications are now available for current sophomores and juniors. Please see Ms. Bennett in room C216 or Ms. Duckworth in room C225 if you're interested. All applications are due by 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, February 27th. Yearbook staff applications are now available in room C147. Wingspan and WTV staff applications are now available in room C102. ISM applications are now available. If you're interested, please scan the QR code on screen. Applications are due on March 3rd. There will be a personal finance course Wednesday after school from 4:30 to 5 p.m. in the lecture hall. Please scan the QR code on screen to reserve your spot.
That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Ben Anderson for Wingspan TV.